Top news story, the meeting between President Donald Trump and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Joining me now, Congressman Pat Harrigan, a member of the House Armed Services Committee. He represents the 10th Congressional District of North Carolina, veteran of the United States Army. Congressman, thanks so much for joining us. Good to see you again.
Hey, Tony, thanks for having me. It's always great to be with you.
Well, I want to get your take on the proposed 21-point plan. But first, just moments ago, Democrat leaders from the House and Senate emerged from a White House meeting with the president, saying that Schumer says the president, they made proposals to the president, but no agreement. And so it appears that the shutdown, which is midnight tomorrow night, the clock's still ticking. It looks like that's where we're headed.
Yeah, the vice president even said that it looks like we're headed for a shutdown, which is really frustrating. I think at this point, it's very clear that if that is the ultimate result here, that Democrats have shut this government down. House Republicans, we did our job 2 weeks ago. Senate Democrats have to do their job. And the reality is if they choose to shut the government down because we're not willing to increase Affordable Care Act subsidies by $1.5 trillion, that's absolutely a ridiculous claim from the Democrats, that ultimately they're not going to vote for a continuing resolution that they already voted for last year. That's unbelievably disingenuous, and I think the American people will hold them accountable for it. But I hope that cooler heads can prevail before close of business tomorrow.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the House already passed a clean CR, meaning just continuing the present funding while the appropriation bills can be done. And this is a funding level that the Democrats have voted for before, but they won't do it now.
That's exactly right. And so ultimately, if Chuck Schumer is going to bend the knee, he's going to bend the knee to the radical left of his party, rather than take, the perceived political lump on the head of having to side with Republicans in voting for something he's already voted for in the past. I mean, this is how crazy things are right now in Washington. It's just unbelievable. And I get it. When you have a tough political choice, you need to do the right thing for the country. And the right thing for the country is keeping the government open. So I hope he chooses to do that.
It's the politics. And I know his personal politics in New York have to be weighing in on him as well. All right, I want to move back to this top story. The president meeting with the Prime Minister of Israel. You're former Special Forces in the United States Army. You know about urban conflict. The situation in Gaza, they are at a standstill in trying to eliminate Hamas. This 21-point peace plan that has been proposed appears to be a way out for peace, but it's hard to determine. I'm going to get your thoughts.
Now, look, I think it's along terms that have been proposed that are really acceptable to Israel based off of their commentary today from Prime Minister Netanyahu, but really, I would say, uncomfortable for them to agree to. Also terms that seem to be uncomfortable for Hamas and the Palestinian Authority to agree to. And so, look, in a situation where you've got such motivated, politically charged, historically charged arguments on either side, I don't think either side are going to be happy with any type of negotiated resolution. This seems like that would be one of those circumstances that might end up getting across the finish line. Prime Minister Netanyahu has said that they would accept it and they would support it. Now it's up to Hamas and the Palestinian Authority to see if they will do the same.
I mean, the Israeli leadership has, as you said, has agreed to accept it. But I want to ask you this as a combat veteran, understanding more of what happens on the ground. Can Israel have success without completely eliminating Hamas and finishing the war there by pulling back now?
I'm very doubtful, Tony. And look, I think we've got historical precedent. This deal calls for the release of 250 terrorists that have been given life sentences in Israel. Israel has done that before. It has not worked out well for them in the past, where we end up right back in the same cycle of violence. So, my concern over this deal is that it's long on hope, very short on assurances from a political military perspective, and certainly being somebody that's fully vested in a positive outcome for Israel here. as much as I am the other side, given how this conflict was started. I've got serious concerns about whether peace can actually be achieved through this deal. But if the United States is saying, as a third party, an independent broker, we're willing to back this, President Trump has the full faith and authority of the United States government to enter into that. And Netanyahu has the same ability for Israel.
Right.
If the other side comes in and President Trump uses his force of personality to do it, it's possible.
But could this be Israel's Afghanistan?
Yeah, there's no question about it. I mean, Tony, you and I have talked about even before that, re-engaging and going back into Gaza was kind of the best of a bunch of terrible decisions that Netanyahu had before him, because ultimately you want to see Israel get to a safe place here where the safety and security of their people, their national security, is assured. You can't just go back into the same cycle of violence that has always plagued this part of the world. And that seems to be the track that no matter where we turn, Hamas is determined to keep their foot on the throat of the Israeli people. That's not acceptable long term.
Yeah. Well, I put a lot of stock in your opinions on these things because you've been on the ground, seen the difficulty of fighting an enemy like this, ideologically driven, and there's no halfway. You have to win if you're going to be secure. Congressman Pat Harrigan, always great to see you, my friend. Thanks for joining us.
Tony, thanks for having me. Always great to be with you. Have a great evening.